up, Keeping Up with the Pack? It's your co-hosts Laina, Tomei,
and Bella Smylie.
We have a great episode for you today with updates of new happenings here in Timberwolf territory.
Absolutely, Laina. Let's start with highlighting the 21st Northwood University Fashion Showcase on April 11th.
Yes, so the theme is The Fabric of Me, and it aims to explore themes of mental health through clothing.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at this year's chairwoman, Trinity, who will tell us a little more about her theme in this year's show.
Hi, my name is Trinity Birch. I'm a fashion marketing and management major, and I am the 25th chairwoman of the Northwood University Fashion Showcase. The name of this year's show is The Fabric of Me, and it is centered around mental health and the struggles that we all go through, but the connection that we can find in other people and how we express ourselves through what we wear, and how what we wear is a representation of who we are on the inside. So for this year's show, I decided I wanted to do something that I was super passionate about, and mental health is something that I've struggled with in the past and that I know many other people have. And I wanted to highlight how important it is to not only take care of ourselves, but to show through fashion that we can dress our best and we can feel our best, and that through that we can find that connection we're all looking for. So this year, I wanted the segments to tell a story. I wanted it to take us through the lows of dealing with one's mental health and how alone that can feel, and kind of going on a journey of self-discovery as well as self-acceptance of who we are, both the good and the bad, and then ending with connecting with other people and realizing that we all deal with these things, and that if we reach out, we can find help and also embrace who we truly are. This year, I am just so excited to be able to share our show with the community and with Northwood. I can't wait for all of my board members to be able to show off the hard work, and for me to be able to have my family there and all of my loved ones there. In such a fast-paced environment, the fashion industry is such an easy place to lose sight of who you are. And I think that now the fashion industry is talking about mental health. I thought I could bring it here to our Northwood campus. This year, I hope people are inspired to not only be who they are, but push boundaries, try something new, and I hope they realize that together we are so much stronger. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all on Friday, April 11th for the 25th Northwood University Fashion Showcase. Bye!
This sounds like it's going to be a really impactful show, Bella.
Absolutely. From auto show to Stafford dinner and now the annual fashion showcase, our students host the most incredible signature events.
They really do, and on top of our students hosting fantastic events, our dining services have stepped up as well. We can actually thank on-campus dining services for a new program that will bring in a dietitian once a month to talk to students about some of the nutrition with on-campus food, along with different health questions that students may have. So our next dietitian day is actually March 25th in the lobby of the Hock.
What a great resource for students on campus. And so, Laina, I heard that your mock trial team has made it to Orcs.
We did. So Orcs is the opening round series championship. So based on our performance last month in Dayton, Ohio at the regional tournament, we had qualified for Orcs. And this is a pretty big competition because our level of competition here and how we do determines whether or not we'll qualify for the national championship in April. So it's a pretty big deal.
Wow, you guys must be doing an excellent job this year. Another team that has been doing exceptionally well is the Northwood's Business Professional of America chapter, also known as BPA. So they have 16 students who are qualified for the national championship later this spring in Orlando, Florida.
Wow, so that is the Northwood Sweet 16. It's inspiring to see how many of our fellow Northwood University students are doing such amazing things.
Absolutely. Now we're going to turn things over to another exceptional Timberwolf himself, Collin Ridgway, who will give us a preview of the Free Market Roadshow, which is coming to Northwood University this spring.
Yeah, and this is actually a pretty big deal, as the Free Market Roadshow only goes to the biggest cities around the world, but they come to Northwood because we are America's free enterprise university. Now over to you, Colin.
Thank you, Bella and Laina. As you said, the Free Market Roadshow goes to the largest cities around the globe, so it's quite notable for Northwood University to host the Free Market Roadshow here in Midland, Michigan on April 14th. There is a prestigious list of speakers, including Barbara Kolm, the leader of the Austrian Economic Center in the Hayek Institute, scholars from the MacNellis Center for Public Policy, a Northwood alumnus who is not only an impressive entrepreneur, but the principal donor behind Northwood University's complimentary online course, The Philosophy of Free Enterprise. and Dr. Alex Tokarev, an economics professor. I hope you'll join us at the Free Market Roadshow. I know I'm looking forward to hearing from the Northwood alumnus who will talk about certain reforms entrepreneurs want from Congress and the White House. And speaking of entrepreneurs, I recently sat down with a particularly entrepreneurial student, Andrew, who started Mission Apparel as a school project. Here's what Andrew has to say about this effort. Hello, everybody. I'm here with Andrew, the creator of Mission Apparel. So welcome, Andrew. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So first and foremost, can you tell the audience what Mission Apparel is and what the brand stands for?
I would love to. So Mission Apparel was actually a Bible class assignment that we were given February of last year at my high school. Our teacher asked us to come up with a business that would essentially just help people, right? Just business plan for that. So me and my friend David Chamberlain, my partner, we came up with a business called Mission Apparel, catchphrase, clothing with a purpose. And our goal was to create a business that was 50% for profit and 50% going toward charities such as Salvation Army and just helping people that were less fortunate with clothing and other necessities like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I see you're wearing one of your pieces today. So can you tell the audience kind of what kind of clothing and your brand, what is included in your brand?
I'd love to. So we do a lot of street clothing styles, and then also just motivational and faith-based, such as faith over fear, Christian themes, just trying to get people to think and just bring the message out there and show your faith to others.
That's awesome. Now, being a Northwood University student, obviously our university is very entrepreneurial, spirited-minded. So can you tell the audience, how do you use the things in your courses that you learn here at Northwood? How do you apply those to your business?
Yeah, so I'm learning a lot about the accounting and the financial side of business that I never would have learned on my own. And also through classes like entrepreneurship with Professor Hop, learning about all the past entrepreneurs and how they did it, and just the risk aspect and how you have to go all in with your money and your time and your resources if you really want to make the dream work out.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew. I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate it.
Before we go back to the podcast studio, we're going to hear the latest from our automotive degree programs from Colin Kubik. Here's Colin at the NADA 2025 show in New Orleans.
What's up, everybody? This is Colin Kubik. I'm here at NADA 25. And I'm sitting here with the lovely Miss Krantz. Hello. Sydney Rizzo. And the ever fantastic Eddie MacNellis. We're headed in right now for our first peek at what's going on the show floor. Stay tuned. We just picked up our badges, looking fresh, as we are stepping into this epic show that we have here before us. Wow. Look at some of these booths. Did you guys have UV? Wow. We will be tearing into some of these wonderful, wonderful displays here on the floor. This is an official shuttle. Should we hop on it? Sounds like a blast. Probably gets to where we're going. Oh, take a look on over there is Reynolds and Reynolds, one of Northwood's greatest supporters. And guess who they're sitting right next to? General Motors, one of the preliminary automotive companies that we have out here, right next to Cars Commerce. CDK Global right there. Wow, they got a really sweet setup over there at CDK. That's fantastic.
All right, question one.
Hey, and who would we be at NADA if we didn't have Cox Automotive sitting right there? It's pretty fantastic what we got going on out here. I am just so excited to be in this environment. All right, we'll keep it pushing. Wow, look at all these companies. Reynolds and Reynolds has a strong hand over Goobagoo and Keytrack. They are all a part of the same kind of conglomerate. Wow, ACV's over there. I spoke to somebody fantastic from ACV last year. And here is Cox Automotive. It's probably got one of the biggest And largest. Oh, fantastic. I know some people here. We are here at the Northwood booth. I'm standing here with the fantastic Mr. Dylan. Hi. What's up? And I'm standing here with Miss Kaylin. All right, we are loving it out here at NADA. Our booth is popping. We're getting a lot of attention. People want to know about us, but at the same time, they're not just going to hear about us by looking at our really cool stand and logo. It takes us as students to go out there, start conversations, talk to people, get people informed, and at the same time, give them the same kind of energy and love that we have for this university in those conversations. So I just love sprouting my smile and getting these things done. Yeah. We just got back off the plane. We're in Detroit. We are going to be heading right back up to Northwood. We had a wonderful time at NADA 2025. I'm standing here with Mr. Chase Southwick.
Hi, how's it going?
All right, Mr. Chase, did you have a good time at our trip this weekend?
Yeah, of course. It was awesome. It was a great experience.
Wonderful. That's what I like to hear. So if you could, just tell me and tell the students back home, if you could tell them about one thing that you did here at this event that you really enjoyed, what would you tell them about?
Well, it's such a great networking opportunity, meeting all these people from all these different companies across the industry and also learning about all the new products and innovations within our industry. It's really amazing. So,
right on.
It's definitely awesome.
And then what specifically stood out to you in what you're looking for in your personal career? Is there anything interesting in that regard?
Yeah, hopefully I would like to run a dealership someday, work for an automotive company. So seeing all the different options that are out there and what would best fit me if I was in that position running a company someday. So that's awesome.
Right on. And then last question, did you do any demos? Did you talk to any really cool companies? Is that what you do as a dealer? Is that kind of what happens?
Yeah, I really learning about like some of the fixed ops companies like the UVI, where they like scan your car when you ride into the service lane and they can do like a full x-ray of the car. That was really cool, I thought. So yeah, sure.
Amazing. Well, thank you everybody so much for listening, and thank you, Chase. Appreciate you and your time.
Yeah, of course, Colin. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Colin. Colin recently sat down with the leaders of the 2025 Northwood University International Auto Show. Here's a look at that interview.
Thank you for having us, Colin. I'm Katrina Ness. I'm the 62nd General Chair of the Northwood University International Auto Show.
Hi guys, I'm Eddie MacNellis and I am the Aftermarket Chair for the 62nd Annual Northwood International Auto Show.
Fantastic. Well, I know everybody out there is really excited to hear what you guys might have to say about what you're going to do with this show. I'm just curious, what are your first thoughts as you're heading into this new year with the new team?
We're super excited, the whole board. We got started really early, from choosing the board to already selecting most of our team captains, almost all of them. So whenever I tell someone about it and we start reaching out to different companies and industry executives, they're like, wow, you're getting started on it really early. But we always do. We always start planning as soon as, the show ends in the fall, and then we're on to the next. So we're getting a roll on it, which is always really exciting. I'm just trying to keep a pace going until the last couple of weeks when it's go, go, go.
Yeah, I would have to ditto off of what Katrina said. A lot of times for companies, they're building their calendars almost a year in advance. So it's really nice to be able to go out and network and get a strong base and a strong foundation, like Katrina mentioned, starting to get really, really early and be productive as soon as the last year's show ends. That way we can get on companies' radars and try to push them and excel into what we do at the auto show and try to get as much of a schedule built up as early as possible. That way we have all of the companies that are locked and that are willing and looking forward to coming into the auto show.
Fantastic. You guys seem amped and ready, and I love to hear it. I'm sure everybody back there does too. I'm curious, you talked about building a team and you said it's almost complete. What do you look for in teammates as you're approaching your own show this year?
Yeah, I would say as far as looking for teammates, we are looking for people who are just strong work ethic, like just boots to the ground, trying to get things moving as quickly as possible, but also communication being a huge factor in that as well. Being able to communicate with a team effectively and clearly and concise is one of the biggest things that we do. I know we have multiple group chats going on, multiple teams meetings going on every single day, trying to get everyone all on the same page, trying to get everyone caught up to date. That way, if there are any concerns, questions, things that come up, whether we're talking to vendors or companies, or even trying to get cars onto campus, right? Having the communication aspect there and that background really helps everyone kind of point people in the right direction as to who they need to talk to and how to get things done.
A big thing in the past for Auto Show is we've always had almost like a mentorship program set up within it. So we have vice chairs who kind of train for the next year and then become the chair. So that's always really important when we're looking to build our team and have leaders. We're looking for people who we can see doing this in the future and who we can build up to be future leaders. And also, like Eddie said, just being there for each other as well. If anyone needs anything from different departments within the board, we're always there bouncing ideas off each other with multiple group chats with the in departments, with the whole board, everything. So we're just trying to really work on, team bonding as well. Last year we had a great team friendship structure bond, and that really made the show run so much better overall because we just got along so well. So we're trying to do that this year as well, and just go up from there.
Wonderful. Good question right here, right? If you go back to your freshman year, would you guys ever have imagined that you'd be sitting in these chairs right here?
That's a good question. When I was a freshman, I was captain of Team Rivian, and I was told to apply for the executive board. And I was like, okay, I guess I will. So I did, and I was public relations chair as my first year on the executive board. And I never really had the aspirations of being general chair. I think I had a lack of self-confidence or something. But as I grew on the board and grew within, the positions and really saw my true self-value and everything I could do, it really became a goal of mine and something I really aspired to do and believed in myself that I could do. So I think it came with time for me, and just not having a mentor or someone I could see myself in this position that I was like, I can do that too. There's so many great people that have had this position before me, but I don't think I've ever seen myself in their shoes in a way. So it came with time, but it's the best thing that I've ever done at Northwood and the best thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life so far. So definitely a great opportunity, but just something I never thought I could do, until now.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, I would piggyback off of what Katrina said. I've come to the show for many years, even before I was a student here. So seeing the way that the Aftermarket was run and honestly the executive board as a whole, it was really cool for me to see. And I think it kind of gave me something to look forward to and something to push myself to try to get into that position. So looking at people like Brian Fick or Elise Richardson, even Ethan Moots, who I trained under this past year as the vice chair, that was super inspirational and super motivational for me just to be able to say that hey, these are also students that are, on campus, may have other jobs going on, other commitments, but they're going to put their everything into this show and try to excel at what they do and try to become the best show year over year, right? We're always looking for growth. So I think that is what motivated me the most as to become on part of the executive board and eventually get to the aftermarket chair position. I would definitely say not necessarily the same thing as Katrina. It was more of a motivating factor for me to do it, to say okay, that's a challenge that I can overcome, right? If you think about climbing a mountain, you've seen people do it before, you're trying to get to that exact same position, right? So just be the strongest, most athletic, most fit, person out there to climb that mountain. Same thing, the exact same way that I look at doing auto show, right? And becoming an aftermarket chair, right? You see everyone that's done it before you and you say, how can I make that better? How can I expand year over year? And then push yourself to become that person and in that position.
That is so inspiring, Eddie. Love that. Yeah. And I don't want to take any too much of your time, but I do have one more question. And this is a question directed at all of our students that might not be on the e-board, that might be approaching the show next year, all of our incoming students and all the alumni. I'm curious if you could give them a message about what you guys are going to try to do at this show specifically this coming year. Do you have any thoughts that you'd like to send their way?
Yeah, I would say just look for the best show that we've had at Northwood University so far. Like I mentioned earlier, right, we're trying to grow year over year. And it starts with you guys. It starts with the students here at Northwood, and then it funnels back up. I look at it as almost like an upside down pyramid, right, in the leadership scale. It starts with you guys. You guys are on the top of our board. We need all of your guys' participation to make this thing work. And we're looking forward to see what happens. And we're going to try to grow it year over year, right? I guess the way that I look at things is I want to be the best auto show that has happened here at Northwood and then immediately become the second best because next year is going to do it so well. So that's what I'm looking for, and we need your guys' support and your help with everything, right? If you guys want to be a captain, reach out to us. If you guys want to be part of a team member, reach out to us. If you guys just want to help drive cars on and off campus, right? Like, just reach out to us so we can get that started for you guys. And yeah, outside of that, I think that's pretty much it. That's what we're looking for you guys.
Sweet.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Student involvement from the top down and from the bottom up is very important. You know, it's such a large number of students that are involved in the auto show on campus. And there's so many growth opportunities and networking opportunities and everything within it. So definitely keep an open mind about doing auto show and excelling in it, because like me, you never know where you could get. Even when you're just starting at square one. This year, something to look for and look forward to, definitely expansion. Like Eddie said, we're looking on bringing a bunch of new things to the auto show, new pieces to add to it, as well as events, but all that comes with time and commitment. So a lot to look forward to, and a lot going on over in the executive board. So we're excited.
This all sounds extraordinary. And if I was on the other end of that camera right there, I would be so excited for what is to come. If you're out there and you're wondering how to get more involved on campus and you want to meet great people, look no further than Northwood's Auto Show that we put on here. We've got two amazing individuals running it. I'm so proud of the both of them. They are going to do some exciting things.
Thank you, Colin.
You're very welcome. Absolutely. And we're going to shoot right back to the newsroom with you and Bella and Laina. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Colin. Now let's switch gears over to Avery Huston with the latest from Northwood Athletics.
Here's to you, Avery.
Thank you, Bella and Laina. Northwood Hockey is having a season to remember, and they're making a huge impact on our Timberwolves. We're going to take a deeper dive with Thomas and Robert today to talk about their season. So tell us a little bit about this winning championship we have going on right now.
It's our first year D1, and going into that game, we beat both teams, or going into that weekend, we beat both teams, so we knew we had a leg up, and they'd have to play our game, and we just beat them in that.
I just think all this whole year was definitely just focused on one moment, and just like getting to the conference championship and being able to get that auto bid to nationals was just definitely a key moment in our season here, and I mean we can use that momentum going forward too. So
I still don't understand how you guys skate that fast on those skates.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. Do you have anything more to add?
No. Thank you for everything you did.
Yeah,
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you. Well, back to you, Bella and Laina.
Thank you, Avery.
We look forward to supporting the Timberwolves this year, and you should come join us and show your own pack pride.
Yes, and thank you for everyone for tuning into this episode of Keeping Up with the Pack. We can't wait to be back shortly.
In the meantime, go mad and roll Timbies. Bye.